Alright guys, welcome back to another exciting tutorial. In this tutorial I want to talk about what is called reboot. Alright, let's go back to our Bootstrap documentation website and let's take a look at what reboot is. So in the previous development, in the previous time when Bootstrap has never been in existence, the way we write our code, we need to make sure that we style every single thing we want to do. We write a JavaScript codes on how to create its functionality and stuff like that. So the emergence of Bootstrap, let's go back to Bootstrap. Get Bootstrap. The emergence of Bootstrap makes it so easy. You can see it gives us an embedded CSS that all we need to do is just to be calling classes, and they give us some embedded JavaScript as well to make use of in order for us to make our site to look alive. Okay, so now, but in the development phase, Bootstrap came up with a particular concept called reboot. All right, let's go back to introduction. Okay, by the time you scroll down, let's go back to download. Okay, these are the ways through which you can actually download your stuff. Okay. All right, so the thing is okay, I want to really show you something real quick. Just make sure that you get used to Bootstrap documentation website in such a way. I've actually shrink all these drop down, so at times don't get confused. At times when you're looking for a particular tools that you probably want to make use of, you will find it hard to know exactly where to locate it. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get reboot. So until I actually shrink all this, so it's going to give me a sense of direction where I could find the tools or exactly what I'm looking for. So if you click on this contact now, you are going to have a drop down. You can see reboot. So by the time you click here, it's going to explain what reboot is. So in a nutshell, I don't want you to read all this documentation. Reboot just gives us a default styling about without you even using classes or probably calling some classes. Or by the time you go deep down, you understand what I mean by calling some classes. Classes are those things that you impute into your word tag to give you some certain functionality about your designs, so without you writing the CSS aspect of it. Okay, so what I'm saying in next is this: reboot will give you, whether you write a class or you write a class, embed a class into your tag or not, reboot it has been designed, embedded inside Bootstrap. It's going to give you a default style about that. So let's take a look at the practical aspect so that you understand it very much better. Okay. All right, so now, for example, now if I should say welcome to Bootstrap is my H1, like I said, if you really want to understand this, you should have a basic foundation about HTML and CSS. But if you still don't have it, let's move on. You still get some concept about this. So if I should type H2 right now, I type H2 control space bar, is going to actually help me to open and close the tag. That is Sublime Intelligence. Okay, you can do that instead of you writing it and using the opening and closing tag. Okay, so if I should say welcome to Bootstrap, the journey of becoming a web developer, the journey of becoming a web designer. Okay, let me say developer. Okay, developer. All these things I'm writing, there is a particular default. Look at it. There's a particular, okay, so I have to open this thing like this. Open containing folder. So there's a particular style that actually come alongside with it. Okay, you can see the way it looks like. Okay, so let's add some probably URL tag. URL means another list, and give it some list. Probably let me have a paragraph before that. Okay, just paragraph. I'm just trying to write random HTML, and let's look at google.com lorem ipsum. I want to copy some lorem ipsum. I want to copy some dummy text. Okay, that's how we do stuff. When you are developing and you don't have the content already, just copy some kind of dummy text right there. So okay, I just want to show you some things real quick, and that thing is the basic styling. So I have h1, I have h2, I have paragraph. Probably let me just say home, about, contact, or something. Let me just, I just want to make it so busy, so don't take it serious. This is just about contact. So all these now, it's a normal HTML contact. So looking at this now, let's add probably a form to it. Okay, and let's give it an input tag, input text, enter your name. Okay, let's have another input. Let's give it submit, but let's give that submit a value of send to z, send. All right, okay, let's save it. Okay, let's go back to our code. By the time you look at this, you see that this gives you some kind of align. It gives you a default font size. It gives you a default let me say CSS styling. All right, so if you want to know whether this reboot is working or not, just cut this, Ctrl S, and reload it back. Okay, so by the time you reload it back, something will happen. You can see this is how it should look like normally, but you know it's not looking good right there. So the moment you start even probably writing in Bootstrap framework, creating your website with Bootstrap framework, is going to give you a default word styling, a default font size, a default font, that will make your website to look a bit good. So now if you look at, there are some things that it takes care of. You know, it talks about the font stack, it talks about the heading and paragraph, h1 to h6, it talks about the list, it talks about the inline code section. So there's a default CSS that comes alongside with it. Even if you are not writing it, it's going to assume that this is what you want. So there are ways through which, if you now want to write your own intended word CSS without using Reboot, there are some basic rules that you need to follow. As we move on in this particular tutorial, you understand concept on how to actually overwrite this particular Reboot. But however, the moment you start writing HTML, CSS using Bootstrap framework, Reboot has been embedded into it. Reboot is a collection of elements, specific CSS changes in a single file. Kickstart Bootstrap to provide an elegant, consistent, and simple baseline to build upon. You can see. So this is exactly what Reboot is all about. So I just wanted to show you the practical aspect before reading it out to you, so that I'll be able to understand what I mean by this. All right, guys, hope you actually enjoyed this tutorial. On the next tutorial, I'm going to go deep down into something more exciting. Thank you, and see you in the next one.